Funky Vintage from Reverb.com.
Reverb.com.
Funky vintage, funky.
Funky as it gets.
Hell yeah.
Hey everybody, Adam here with Reverb.com for another edition of Funky Vintage. We're going to be taking a look at this beautiful early 1970s Ludwig Vistalite snare drum in amber, which is 14 by 6.5 in size. This particular drum is from the early 1970s. You can see it's got that awesome pointed blue and olive badge, the iconic Ludwig logo there. It's got a large knob tone control muffler, P85 strainer, and this drum is definitely a player's drum. It's got a little bit of spider web cracking around the throw-off, which is fairly common, but it sounds fantastic. It's got probably a 20-year-old Remo pinstripe on top. It's very fat, as you'll hear in a moment. Now, a few years ago, Ludwig reissued the Vistalite series, including the 6.5 by 14-inch snare. If you don't want to deal with the potential cracked shell or separating seam that the older ones sometimes suffer from, you can pick up a new one at a fair price. They're awesome drums. They sound just as good as this one right here. However, if you don't mind one that's a little rough around the edges, as long as it's got no serious structural problems, you can pick these ones up fairly cheap, usually anywhere between $200 to $500, depending on the condition and depending on the color. Amber, or the John Bonham orange, as some people know it, is fairly uncommon. Usually you can find these in blue, in clear, in smoke. I happen to think the amber ones sound better, but that's just me. Check these things out on Reverb.com. They're great in the studio. Super dry sound, very minimal overtones. They're a little bit uncommon of this vintage, but if you can find one, especially at a good price, don't hesitate to snap it up.